In our continuing series of reports about Asia, we look at the educational system in the Philippines. Compulsory education in the Philippines has only been extended to 12 years beginning this year. Previously, students only study for 10 years before heading to college. Now, many Filipinos face the same opportunities as other students when studying both at home and abroad.
A white shirt and a dress with boys wearing khaki pants may be reminiscent of Taiwan many years ago. But this is a totally different education scene altogether.
Education in the Philippines doesn't keep up with international standards. Some students want to go to Taiwan to study, but they study too few years, so they can't go to Taiwan to study.
In the past, the national compulsory education in the Philippines was only from first grade to 10th grade. After graduating at the age of 15, one is even below the legal age for working. And some students who want to go overseas to study have troubles as they wait for the K-12 educational system to be implemented.
Primary school lasts for 6 years and then 4 years of junior high with a 2-year high school program, which made it K-12. 6 years ago, the government planned for this, but it was only implemented this year.
With the K-12 educational problem solved by the government, 11th and 12th grade students still lack teachers and resources. Compared to local compulsory education, the Philippine higher education program is something different altogether. There are students from about a dozen countries such as Taiwan, Thailand, the United States, Canada, India in this classroom. Fatima University of the Philippines hasn't seen any adverse impact on international enrollment.
When we get international students, when they enroll in regular programs, there is another on top payment as foreign students. So it will definitely help in the revenues of the school.
While Taiwan is facing a declining population with universities facing closure, the Philippines doesn't have this problem and are actively recruiting from other countries. Taiwanese student Zhang Zifu came to Fatima University to study dentistry. 6 years he has been here, as he is in the final year of study.
I didn't know what I wanted to study before I came, and I chose many different subjects. But after so many years, I settled on dentistry, as it provides a relatively stable income.
Knowing that his youth can't be wasted, this course requires him to fill cavities and scale the teeth of 100 patients, as well as complete 4 pairs of dentures. Zhang said he came to the Philippines after seeing an ad.
If my family is very rich, I will go to the United States, Canada, Singapore to study healthcare, as early on Taiwanese students were recruited to these countries.
Being candid about the cost, Europe and the United States charge tuition fees beginning at $40,000 per year. In the Philippines, similar studies just $7,000 a year, with dentistry costing about $3,300, which is a good bargain. Additionally, there are other benefits as well.
English is frequently spoken here, and it is quite free and democratic, making study in the Philippines almost equal to that of one state in the United States.
As the world's 3rd largest English-speaking country, the Philippines has become a paradise for study abroad students. Studying medicine is inexpensive, and there's no TOEFL requirement. But just because the entrance threshold may be low, this does not mean that studying such programs is anything but casual. The study of medicine here includes some 20 different cadavers covered by a sheet, as students can't be afraid when they attend a class. 27-year-old Zhang Xinpu from National Zhongxing University's Forestry Department points out a few problems associated with education.
Taiwan's medical schools are reserved for better students, but the Department of Forestry is something that's being phased out.
Why would students want to come and study in the Philippines? Because they're warmly welcomed by private universities such as Fatima University, which places no upper limit on the number of international students. But Taiwan universities have previously stipulated that the number of foreign students should be kept to less than 10% of domestic enrollment prior to 2016. Those familiar with international higher education also say that Taiwan's overseas study programs are not perfect.
Taiwan offers Chinese language-based education with no English language courses. These are factors which influence students and parents about where to study.
In fact, foreign enrollment in Taiwan is beginning to pick up. Regulations hurting such study have begun to ease, though some feel it may be too late.
Now our approach is to offer more English language classes. Our Chinese language courses are very good, and Chinese Teaching Center is designing a variety of customized Chinese learning courses.
The desire to attract students also leads the Philippines to overlook language barriers by subjecting some students to remedial English courses if they are not able to pass written English tests. The specialty training often includes individualized training for students.
一样考6科。
对啊，对啊，对啊。
怎么样？你觉得有把握吗？
啊，我就说了哈，我跟你说，能说不好的吗？我能跟你说我没有把握吗？啊？
来说啊，希望你们自己能够去发现问题，然后问问题。
In order to succeed, Taiwan youth have traveled to Southeast Asia to incubate their dreams. What is happening overseas is the opposite of Taiwan's higher education crisis, as many are hoping to learn the best parts of education from the Philippines.